everybody. I'm Pastor Stephen, serve at Peace Lutheran Church in Knoxville, Tennessee. I was baptized January 27th, 1985 at Messiah Lutheran Church here. And I'm so excited to get to talk about baptism with one of my good friends. Bonita, please introduce yourself.
Yes, so my name is Bonita Knox, and I grew up in Burlington, Colorado. That is on the eastern plains of Colorado on the Kansas border and I-70. And I mention that because I come from a clan of people, and we are referred to as the settlement or the Volgadeutsch, the Germans from Russia. And why this is important is not only is it timely, but in terms of Ukraine, but my grandmother immigrated to America from Odessa, Russia at the time. And these were the people coming from Germany into Russia through Catherine the Great's lineage. And Catherine the Great noted that the people in Russia were 400 years behind Europe in development. And she
Wow.
saw that, brought her people to the Volga, which is a river in a very important river in Russia. And there's other background stories to that, but long story short, they became wheat farmers, my set of the group. And when they immigrated all over the world, but my group ended up in Bethune, Colorado, which is adjacent to Burlington, Colorado. This is important in terms of faith in that they brought their faith tradition with them. They were tired of war. They were tired of being hungry. They were just tired. That doesn't mean that life was just peachy keen in Russia. It ended up not being, because Stalin ended up killing them. But we thank God every day we were able to get out. Bottom line, they brought their faith tradition with them. And I never, ever forgot that. So I was baptized. I was almost a year old, so I was baptized on December the 16th, almost a year old. And my sponsors, my godfathers and godmother were my aunt and uncle, my mother's brother and his wife. And then I'm sure all the clan was there. I'm just sure of it. So, but my baptismal story, I think, is that I grew in the faith. That was just part of who and what you were. You grew in the faith. And so I became a pastor. And what is significant about that is I knew that God's call to me to be a pastor was definitely God's call to me, because in those days, the church did not offer to girls an ability to learn anything about the church. We didn't lecture. We didn't help with communion. All we did was go to Sunday school and me ask a whole bunch of questions. A whole bunch of questions. So when I knew that God was calling me to be a pastor, I knew it was legit, directly to me, and that my faith story and through my baptism was an absolute intricate call, an integral call for me to be in the faith. And the family was shocked, surprised, like, whoa, we didn't see that coming. But there it was. So that's and so I don't have a whole lot of stories about the actual baptism date, but I can tell you the faith the faith was integral in weaving that story through the generations, through the decades of me living. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
wonderful. Bonita, thank you. And everybody's baptism story is different, and we know different parts of our stories. And it's beautiful, just the background you have of your ancestors coming to this country and that they brought their faith with them, and that you're part of the product, the fruit of what grew out of their faith, and that you've been growing in that faith throughout your life that was rooted in you in baptism. And I love that was also part of your call to public ministry as a pastor. That your baptism influenced that in a powerful way. That's beautiful. That's huge. Thank you, Benita.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, great. Well, thank you for sharing that. Now, I know you are a newly retired pastor, so congratulations on faithful ministry,
Thank
and congratulations on retirement as well. But do you have any specific teaching that you want to share with folks about baptism?
Why, yes, I do.
Oh, wonderful.
So, my reflection about baptism goes back to maybe a individual that we have met or we know of, and that is Dr. Rich Melheim, Faith Incubators. So, his work, I think, I heard a story that he told that there was a student in one of his classes, and the student said, Professor Melheim, do you know why there are no Amalekites, Jebusites, all the ites, the Moabites? Do you know why there are no longer these sets of people anymore? And the story goes, what? What are you trying to say? And the student said, because they forgot to tell their story.
Mm,
And that never left me. It's like, so my teaching would be know what your story is, live your story. And we're talking baptismal story, your story of baptism. Know what that story is, live it, tell it, and share it. Because that is just it's the root, it's the foundation of your faith. It's moving forward, and people want to hear your story in faith, baptism story, your story of your confirmation, your story of your ongoing faith in Christ, and they love to hear your story. So when you live it, it just gets better and better. So
yes, indeed.
live your story, tell your story, be your story, grow in your story. Just keep growing and learning. That's story of God's faith in you to pass on to your family, your friends, your neighbors, your community, and your world. So
Right
that would
on.
be my teaching.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Benita. And I think living into that story, I think that's something we're trying to do with these videos and sharing the stories, because this isn't just about you and me performing and saying, "Oh, this is my story," but we hope that you who are watching, wherever you might be, that you would begin to explore your story of what God has done in your life through baptism. Or if you're not yet baptized, maybe you reach out to Pastor Benita or to me or to a pastor nearby where you are, to inquire about, ooh, could this be for me? Could God's grace in baptism be for me? And could that be part of my story? Because the truth is that God does want to be a part of each and every one of you who are watching your story. And baptism is a powerful way that God comes into the midst of our lives, to save and redeem us and to renew us and to call us into ministry and to grow us in gifts. But and it's a wonderful gift. So and telling that story and living into that story, that's so important, so important. So Benita, thank you for a great word. I appreciate it. And everybody, thank you for watching. We really appreciate you being here and engaging with this content about baptism. Like I was saying, if you've not been baptized, please reach out. We'd love to talk to you about this gift. And if you have already been baptized, please live into your story, claim it as your own, the story of what God has been doing for you and how God is continuing to work to grow you in this faith and in this life now and forever. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. Bonita, thank you for being here. Bye, everybody. Take care. God bless you.
Bye. Thank you.